Welcome back to another episode of Too Wifey. I am your host, respectfully Gabby, and in this podcast we talk all things dating and relationships in this modern day. And if you are new here, hi, I'm Gabby. I'm an online dating coach where I help you transform your confidence to live your best lives inside and outside of relationship. You guys, it all starts from within. And if you are not right from within, you are going to cause chaos in your love life. I can promise you that. But if this sounds like something that you need help on with confidence, with inner work, with any of that, you're struggling in your dating life, there's probably something that's underneath the surface that I want to get into with you. So hit that link in my bio. It's my Stan store. I have a couple different packages. You can either do a one session where you're like, Gabby, I think I just have this situation that I'm working through, or you can do an 8-week transformation where you really start to see changes in your dating life moving forward and attracting the best type of partner for you. I have had so many people at this point come out of this 8-week program and be like, Gabby, this has actually like changed my life. So please hit that link in my bio if you need assistance, if you feel like you need help, if you want to just book a discovery call. It's completely free. Just book the discovery call and we can see if this is a good fit for you in your specific situation. I'm starting a whole new program in January. I only have a few, like very minimum. I added actually more spots. So please, if you are interested, hit that link, book a discovery call, completely free. Let's chat. But let's get into it. You guys, I feel like I haven't really recorded in a while. And I am sorry about that. I actually missed last week because I just could not. I really just could not. I'm sorry. I had my birthday and I actually went to London on my birthday, like the day of my birthday. I'm like, there's no better way as a Sagittarius to spend my birthday than in an airport on a spontaneous trip to London. I actually had met this guy. We matched on Hinge and he's like, you should just come back. Like, you should just come back for your birthday. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, send it. It was more so, like, to be honest, while we were making these plans, I'm like, it was more so like me wanting to do something for my birthday, me wanting to go back to London. I was like craving, I was itching. I also really, like, for months I've been saying this, have been wanting to do the Christmas London stuff. And that was so my vibe that I'm like, I just feel like I could come out of this trip and it would be the best fucking trip ever. And if worse comes to worse, I don't have to see him. I can just do my own thing. And it's only for a couple of days. I'm just gonna go. The best that can happen is that I not literally fall in love, but like I have an amazing time with this guy. We do all the cute Christmas stuff. I'm actually doing something for my birthday and it can go really well. Or we ended up hating each other and I can still do what I did for a month and be in London by myself, which was completely okay as well. So anyway, it turned out to be a really good trip. Like, I was kind of expecting not the best, but I just didn't have any expectations going into it. But honestly, the whole time I felt like extremely taken care of. He was super sweet to me. He took me shopping for my birthday. We went to like dinners and it was so cute. We did all the Christmas stuff. He's like, what do you want to do? Like, I'll plan the rest. And that's one quality I absolutely love, is when a guy just can make a plan and just do the thing. And he planned it out like day by day. And he's like, before I even got on the plane, he's like, okay, Thursday we're doing this and this and this, and then we'll have a little time to like chill out and whatever. And I'm like, I love this. I need a plan. I'm not like the biggest planner. If I have to do it, I'll do it, but I'm not gonna go out of my way. If someone else is making the plan, fantastic. I'm such a go with the flow. If there's something that I really want to do, I'll speak up about it, but otherwise, take control. I don't want to think about a plan. Put me in my feminine energy where I don't have to think about a fucking thing. And he really did the entire time. I was very impressed by it. That is one thing. If I can just not think about anything and just go with the flow, I am in my happy space. Like, even so this past weekend, I actually just came back from Toronto yesterday with my friends and they planned everything. I'm like, I just love going with the flow. Like, I trust you guys to make the plan because I'm going to have fun regardless of what we do. And I know that you guys have your own taste of like what we want to do. And it's like my vibe anyway. So make the plans. I'll follow through. We're going to have fun regardless of what we do. But that's what I love. He was even asking me like, what are your plans on the trip? And I'm like, I actually have no idea. I'm just showing up. I'm the vibes. I bring the vibes. I bring the energy. we're talking about Christmas because it is giving season. I feel like it's so bad because every time I see that, because like, you know, the thing like, oh, it's giving whatever, it's giving whatever. I don't know why I can't think of a word, but it's giving this, like the phrase that everyone says now. Reading that now, it's giving season, is making me think it's giving season. You know what I mean? I don't know that I explained that well, but it's giving season. Okay. And I was just wrapping presents for my fam, and I was like, I have to make an episode on like brand new relationships and when to meet the family, gift giving, what that looks like, because I feel like in the beginning especially, it's so like such a fragile, what do we do, just kind of figuring out like what their vibes are, what your vibes are. And so I want to talk about it, and this is really just my opinion. You guys can do whatever you want to do. There's no right or wrong way about anything. This is really just my fully opinion based episode. Let's set the scene. You found a brand new boo. It's rolling around into Christmas time. You don't know what the vibes are. So the guy that I'm talking to this in London, we had a conversation last night, and he's like, you know, I really kind of wish we met beforehand. I would have loved, because my family for this Christmas is leaving me. And I'm like, that's fucking rude. But we're doing our Christmas the day after Christmas, Boxing Day. I'm not really doing very much for Christmas because like my family's leaving. And he was like, I wish we met sooner. Like I would have loved to bring you around my family. And I'm like, yeah, no, it would have been too much. Like Christmas, I just feel like there's such a pressure around it. I don't know that I would feel comfortable meeting the family for the first time after a very short span of dating, or like really like we're still getting to know each other. But given that it's Christmas, and like I just feel like that's such a huge step that I didn't feel comfortable with. Like if we were in a relationship, I think it would be a little bit different. If you're just dating someone, the pressure is like much higher than if you're like already like we're fully in a relationship, we're fully committed. Now I want to bring you around my family. Like I think it's a little bit different. But you kind of have to feel the vibes. Like if your family's super chill and you just like, fuck it, like it's just another guest, like I'm just bringing them around, then by all means do your thing. But I do think that there's like a weird, like, okay, well, if you do that, then like, does that person bring gifts for your whole family? Like what do you do? You know what I mean? And then when there's like gifts going around and everyone's opening gifts, and then you have your like plus one who's just kind of sitting there, it is a little awkward. I feel like when I was in a relationship, I've only had one boyfriend out of my two boyfriends, my exes, that spent Christmas with my family because his family lived in another state. So I'm like, why don't you just do Christmas with us? And my family did get him like a small gift. It wasn't anything crazy, but then like, I don't know, it just kind of felt like awkward him just sitting there when everyone was like going at it. But I think that just comes with time. Like, and then my first boyfriend, I think we were both just kind of felt uncomfortable by the whole thing. So we're like, why don't we just both separately, and we were young too. We were like, why don't we just both separately do Christmas with our families, like separate, and then it will do our own little Christmas thing together. I enjoyed that, but I feel like as I'm getting older, it's like the expectations are a little bit different, and like it is a little bit more serious now. So you kind of just have to gauge the situation and where you both feel comfortable. Meeting the fam, to me, is a big deal. Like, I'm not bringing someone around my family if I'm not 100% about them. I don't know, once you're like in the family, I just feel like my family's fully like, I don't want my parents to be like, oh, or like just my family in general to be like talking about that person, because they just have this thing where the people that they meet is like the only people that I've ever dated, and that's just not the case. But I don't want them to keep asking about someone that I'm just like not sure about. I want to be sure, and then we can do the family thing. Anyway, in the beginning, if you're just dating someone, I don't think that there should be any expectations of giving gifts at all. But I do think you have to know the person that you're dealing with, and if gifts is their thing, like if gift giving is their love language, then why not just get them something that was like a little bit thoughtful, or like just a small thing to show like, hey, I wanted you to know that like I'm interested, I'm invested, and I do listen to you when you say that, hey, like I like gifts. Okay, some people don't give a fuck about gifts, and that happens to be me. I do like gifts, but it's definitely like the bottom of my love languages. If you've only been dating very freshly and you're in a relationship very freshly, then like something small will do, right? But I think that you both have to be on the same page, because you don't want to be the one person that shows up with a gift when that other person doesn't have anything to give you. And then it's just like kind of that awkward, like, damn, I really thought about you and you didn't think about me. Let's get on the same page. If you're down to give gifts, saying, hey, what do you want for Christmas? Because then they have that expectation that they know that you're giving them something, right? And then if they're a good person, they'll probably pick up on that and do the same. Or if you're like, really, I don't think we should exchange gifts this year. Let's, see where this goes. And then next year, it'll be maybe a different story, right? Just getting on the same page, because I just feel like, I mean, if it's very, very, very fresh, I don't even know that you have to have that conversation. But if you're expecting a gift, bringing it up that way and being like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? Or should we do a Christmas thing? I think very right, like how serious it is if you're asking those questions, right? But again, if it's very fresh, I just don't think that you need to have that conversation and then zero expectations. But if you're the type of person that's going to get offended if that person does not get you a gift, then by all means have that conversation. I'm not offended whatsoever. I actually sometimes feel a little bit uncomfortable when people get me things. That's just my stance. But if you're the type of person that's like, no, gifts are my fucking thing, and if this person does not give me a gift, then it's over, have the conversation beforehand. You have to tell that person what it is that you want, because how are they supposed to know that you are expecting something, and then when they don't show up for you, then it's a problem. Like, that person cannot read your mind. So if you're expecting something, say something. It doesn't have to be like, what are you getting me for Christmas? Because I feel like that's a bit aggressive, right? Dropping little hints like, hey, I really love this. I would really want this. Dropping little hints. But I do think the expectation for like, if you're just starting dating within like even a couple of months, set the bar super low, because you don't want to be disappointed. They don't want to be disappointed. I remember my last boyfriend, the very first Christmas that we had together, I really kind of went all out. I didn't really have to do this, but I set the bar kind of high, right? And he got me something okay. And I was just like, oh my God, this is kind of really uncomfortable and embarrassing. Like, I did not have to do all this. I don't even remember. I remember one thing that he got me. He got me like a few little things, but I'm just like, oh my God, this so missed the mark. I am so embarrassed that I like really went all out. And then he felt bad because he didn't put in the effort. So getting on the same page about like the level of effort too. If it's like your first Christmas together and you guys have been dating like since maybe January or whatever the case is. If it's your first Christmas together, get on the same fucking page, because that was such an awkward moment that did not have to happen. And then the following year, he went all out and like got me designer like heels and all the things. And I was just like, not that I didn't appreciate it, because I did, but then I didn't go all out that year. And then I'm like, oh my God, we have to get on the same page. And then he kind of felt weird about that. I'm like, this is just not the vibe. But I will say, this is how I know when someone's like compatible. If you don't know what to get your significant other for Christmas, or like just as a gift in general, if you have no idea what that person wants or would like, or completely you just missed the mark. My last ex, he really did try, and it was like thoughtful gifts in his own weird way. But to me, I'm like, you just don't know me at all. I had to be super appreciative, because I can tell he really did put the thought there. It just missed the mark. With him, I was like, you really just don't know me. And like, I never really knew what to get him either. It was just like, he always just got whatever he wanted for himself. Never really dropped hints about anything. I didn't really know, like, that's how I knew that I should have known at that point. The fact that I didn't know what to get him ever, I just never knew what to get him, or like what was important to him. Like, that should be a sign that you guys aren't really on the same page. But my previous ex, honestly, we were so like, we knew exactly what it was. Like, he knew my taste to the fucking T, knew what I would have liked, and got me things that I had asked for, but then also things that he knew that I would like, which perfect combo. If you're dating someone and you really have no idea what to get them, really think about that. Like, how come you don't know your partner? Okay, let me, as an example, I'm just gonna throw this out. This is my one gift that I was like, he really did put thought into it, but like also this was just like not it. I said that I really liked doing my makeup in like natural lighting. Good lighting is really important for makeup, right? As I'm like my 6 ring lights right now. Not 6, I have 3, but I was like, I really like doing my makeup in good lighting, like good natural lighting. And then he's like, oh, he took that and like he thought about these small things, which love that. But he got me this huge mirror, this stand-up like mirror that he's like, you can take it to travel with. I'm like, this giant thing is not gonna fit in my fucking bag. like did you think this went through really, or was it just like, I was just like, okay, this first of all would have been like a $15 gift from like TJ Maxx, and nothing wrong with it. I already have like my whole home setup for my makeup. I can't take this traveling with me. I really don't know when to really even use this because I have my home set up. It's now taking up space on my counter. And anyway, get to fucking know your partner. If they're dropping hints, maybe that's like a good way to start. I sometimes will have like things written down on my phone as on a notes app of things that they say throughout the year of like, hey, really like this, or really into this kind of thing. If they send me any kind of picture of something that they would want, I'm like writing that down as like a potential idea of what I can get that person. And that's how gift giving should be. I feel like you're taking the time to listen, get to know the person. I'm not really a big Christmas kind of girl, right? And I'm really trying to get better with that because I feel like people think like I'm the Grinch. And my thing with Christmas is that it doesn't feel authentic. I want Christmas to be more so about like the thoughtfulness and like spending time to like quality time together. Like, first of all, time is my love language. I love like Thanksgiving a lot because you're really just getting together with your family and like spending quality time with your family. Like, I love that. Christmas, I feel like there's that pressure, that extra added pressure of like, who do I have to shop for? What if that person gives me something and I don't give them something? And then it feels fake and forced. And it's like, what do I even get this person that I don't even know? And then you're exchanging, like, people are giving you like things that you don't need. I just feel like Christmas hasn't felt like Christmas in a really long time. I really am trying to be better about it, but I just think that there's such like a fakeness undertone to Christmas that I just don't like, and it doesn't feel authentic. I'm trying to change that narrative a little bit of like enjoying the cute little Christmas things, like the lights and like the Christmas movies and the whatever, spending time together. That's really what it should be about. I just feel like there's such an unnecessary pressure on gifts. I don't know. I just like, who do I shop for? And it's like, you get these things that you're never gonna fucking use just because someone was like, I have to get this person something. But it just feels very like disingenuous. And I appreciate the thought, right? But I'm also like, you don't have to do this. And now I feel obligated to get you something because you gave me this like candle, or you gave me this like little care package. Like, it's a thoughtful, nice thing. And I know a lot of people love giving gifts like that, and it's cute, whatever. Just not my thing. And I'm not offended if someone doesn't do these things for me. But I do appreciate when I do get them. By the way, I'm not a fucking asshole. I just think that there shouldn't be that extra added pressure. If you feel the need and want to give, then by all means do your thing. But I just feel like it adds so much pressure. That's my beef with Christmas. All right, get on the same page, because if you're not on the same page with your partner about like the gifts, then it's gonna probably be a problem, or it's gonna be an awkward situation. I do think it's easier for women to get by of like not giving something but then also receiving something and that being okay. But if it's the opposite, like, I don't want to be the girl that's giving you a gift and I'm not getting anything back. We're gonna be on the same fucking page. If I'm giving you a gift, I'm expecting something back, because it's awkward otherwise. If you're okay with that little bit of like, I feel uncomfortable by this. Like, I have this friend and she is the gift girl. Like, she needs a gift on her birthdays, on holidays. Gift giving is her thing. And if you don't get her a gift, she's very offended and she won't show it, but okay, you know that something's a little off because she was expecting a gift. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. If that's you, by all means, you're a gift girl and that's fine, okay? But she is the type of pettiness that will give something to someone all out, just go all out for her boyfriends, and then expect the world in return. And then when they don't show up for her, she's like, see, like, I'm such a better girlfriend than you, like throwing it back in their faces. And that is taking it a step too far. Do not make someone feel bad for not giving you something when you went all out. Like, you chose to do that for someone. You cannot expect that same thing in return unless you have the conversation. I think there's ways to say it, right? Like, you don't want to say like, I'm expecting this, and if you don't show up for me, then I'm gonna be a little upset. But like, making it known that like, hey, like, gifts are really my thing. I really feel so loved when I do get gifts. That is gonna make someone want to get you a gift, right? Because they're like, okay, well, that's how she feels. Let me go out and get her things. Just dropping hints and dropping like, I would really love this. Those are the type of things that someone's like, okay, taking this, I'm going to run with it. She's giving me the ideas and now I'm going to show up for her. But you also can't be disappointed if someone's like, I don't feel comfortable spending that much on someone, or I don't feel comfortable, like, I'm not in the place to give her this thing. You can't be upset or mad about that. You said what you wanted to. You can either accept that person for like, maybe this person isn't a gift person. If they can't show up for you in the way that you need to be loved, then maybe that's just not your person, because there's someone that's like wants to give you gifts all the time. Honestly, I think the perfect gift for me would be like an experience, like time together, or like, let's go on a vacation, or like, I just like experiences more so. I do like certain things material wise, like if you got me shoes, I really just don't care too much about material things. I really don't. But experiences are definitely top tier for me. Otherwise, I really just don't care. Get me or don't get me, I'm still gonna feel loved if you're like spending time with me. Okay, get on the same page, know what there is to expect. If you're getting something and expecting something in return, I just feel like that's not what Christmas is about. It's giving season. Give because you feel like you should give. Don't give out of obligation. I feel like that's only gonna drain your energy, and you, my friend, are a sparkling little angel and you deserve to shine. Okay, if you're expecting something, say something, and don't be disappointed if someone can't show up. They can't provide you with what you need. Maybe that's not your person. Or just teach them what you like, and that's fine too. But I do think that if you don't know what to get your partner ever, they don't know what to get you, or they're missing the mark, it's like, how well do you really know that person? You know what I mean? Something to think about. That is it for this week's episode. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a beautiful Christmas. If you could give me that little motivation to keep going, leave that thumbs up, leave that 5-star rating, subscribe, turn on your bell notification so you'll never miss another episode. Until then, I will see you all next Tuesday.